Hey Strength Faction, this is Coach Mike coming at you with just the tip. Today we're going to talk about a nice simple template that you could use for your Gen Pop clients to make sure that you're getting all the elements of a good training program in there, right? So what we're looking for is power, strength, assistance work, and resilience work, all right? So this is how we template, or how we work this template for the most part. Right, so let's say this is Monday, right? We're going to get our power work in right away, right after our warm-up. We'll do our dynamic warm-up, we'll do our movement prep work. The first section we get into in our program is going to be power work. So you see here we got med ball slams, kettlebell swings, core engagement, leg drops. All right, so usually what we do here is explosive movements paired up with a some sort of core activation drill, or a mobility drill. Once we go through that, we might do 2 or 3 sets of that, depending on the day, the spot in the program we're at. We're going to hit our strength work. For this instance, we have double bell front squats, 6 to 8 reps, pull up, 6 to 8 reps, hip cars, 2 per side. So you see here, we might do this for 2 to 3 rounds, maybe 4 or 5 rounds, depending on where we are in our program. We have our strength movements, 6 to 8 reps, kind of reflecting that goal of strength work. After we're done with our strength work, we move on to our third portion of the workout, which is going to be assistance. We might only do 2 to 3 sets of this. Today we're going to assist. We're doing assistance work for our deadlift and our bench press. Or whatever it is that the main goal is. So we're working single leg deadlifts, 10 to 12 on each side, judo push-ups, 3 to 5 on each side. That's going to take care of our assistance work. Again, we might only do 2 to 3 sets on that, depending on where we are in our program. Finally, we're going to wrap our session up with a little bit, get the heart rate going a little bit, and work on our resilience. So we're going to, in this instance, do swings. We're doing 20 reps on the minute. Usually what I do with this when I'm programming is just say, hey, whatever time you got left in the program. Some days is going to be a little bit more than others, and that works out just fine, depending on how many sets of the above work you're doing. So real quick, let's go through and change these exercises up. So let's say this is Monday. Wednesday might look something like this. We're just going to change some of these exercises up. We can keep the core engagement leg drops. Let's take the double bells out. The pull up. Hip cars can stay. And then we'll change our assistance work. I'm keeping the reps just for simplicity's sake. So if that was Monday, Wednesday, we might look at box jumps. Or something similar that's appropriate for your client's skill level. Plyo push-ups. We'll probably drop that rep down to 3 or 5. We'll stay with the core and leg engagement leg drops. So now where our focus on Monday was our squatting pattern, we're going to work barbell deadlifts. And we can work 6 to 8 reps there. And then let's say our upper body push movement, we're going to go to a standing kettlebell press. We'll do 6 to 8 reps per side. We can keep the hip cars. You can change, you know, this. So we're just working mobility here. Work off that client's FMS score or whatever type of screen you do. If you need help with that, refer to our last post about integrating movement into your programming. So now where we did our squatting was our main strength work on Monday. That's going to go to our assistance work on Wednesday. So we might do alternating lunges for 10 to 12 on each side, where our press. Our horizontal press was our assistance work. For this day, we might go to some sort of pull-up work here. So we could maybe do flexed arm hang or negatives. For our assistance work, for our pull. And then our resilience, we did swings. That time, why don't we do 1,000 meter row. Just for instance, if you have a rower available to you, and we'll just do that as quickly as possible. So maybe shoot for under 5 minutes or so on that, depending on how your row is. Okay, so that's just a quick template of how you can get your power, strength, assistance, and resilience work into your program. If you have any questions, hit us up, and we'll see you next week for just another tip.